Well, the city of Seattle known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild Lumen Field.
This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now a first down throw. Kelly firing quickly here, and that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now a second down and 6.
Kelly to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Kelly. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Back deep, Nyheim Hines.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now a handoff to Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. So a first quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here. So they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball. Make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first and 10, Kelly. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ingram. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
If they want to
first. They need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Looking deep for Adams. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
On fourth down, Michael Pilardi on to punt.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Throwing again on second down. Kelly. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Kelly.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. This time the extra point up and good, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
That one completes Elliott.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Kendrick, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Kelly. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And some room to work. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give to Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Elliott.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited by what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points. And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Lance looking to throw it. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a play fake. Lance. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. after the sack. Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Niners have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. Lance now on 1st down. This will be caught at Samuel. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They'll look to run with Ingram. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now Kelly going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward, and the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On 1st down, Lance. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The give is to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Kelly. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Gano the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The third quarter starts with a run by Ingram.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Shotgun now for Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Here's Kelly to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. To throw, Kelly. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
56, check 56.
From the 22, Lance. Eluding the pressure right.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 38, Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now Kelly. He's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown! Noah Fant
His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
Hey, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Lance now on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
On first down, it's Mitchell. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Ingram at tailback. He's got it running left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw, it's Lance.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 12, Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here's Lance to throw it.
That's caught by Howard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Ingram.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Mitchell.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Elijah Mitchell.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Second and 10.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Kelly. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Going right back to Fant.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
86 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
They get this out left. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. Mitchell. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. To the ground, this time with Ingram. And he gets it down to the 32. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, Mitchell. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, Ingram looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. But 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Ingram again. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a three-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a three-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's back to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. This is the tight end fan. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for San Francisco, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.